started a long time ago, not too far away on the streets of Ealing, where mass panic and hysteria spread like wildfire across the streets as the Adipose invasion began. It seemed that wherever you turned, hordes of sweet, innocent-looking baby adipose strolled across the streets like an army of schoolchildren. They travelled in groups, but I, Kevin of the great Adiposian family, decided to take a different route, rather than following my adipose brothers and sisters and all variations thereupon. I snuck into an underground tortured base, where I stole a spaceship, which was hidden away like a stowaway. I boarded the ship and flew into the stars. This was to be my first of many adventures. I found the space to be a gargantuan place, encompassed by a complete darkness. I looked up at the stars, glittering across my entire viewpoint like a pulchritudinous fireworks display, which stretched across to the very edges of the universe. However, despite my full attention being on the beautiful landscape of space, I found myself distracted by a deafening honk, like a car roaring at another car on a vast motorway of Earth. It was a crimson-red spaceship which was protruding in front of my ship. I had to come to a swift stop in order to avoid colliding with the ship. Inside the ship was a blonde girl in an olive green top and black skinny jeans. She had her hair up in a fierce ponytail and introduced herself as Jenny, the daughter of a Time Lord known as the Doctor. I declared that I was Kevin of the first Adiposian family. I'm on a quest to save the universe from collapsing, Jenny explained. It's on the bridge from the void to the universe. It's falling, and I fear that something is coming through, something terrible. I need your help to stop it before it's too late. I took a moment to consider her proposition. What she was asking was going to be a big undertaking, a task of universal proportions. I searched my thoughts and knew that it was my duty to the universe to help out. Yes, I'll help you, I replied at last. Right, we need to begin by travelling to the furthest corners of the universe where the tear is expanding, Jenny explained. So I travelled with Jenny to the edge of the universe. When we reached there, I could see a crack-like shape slit across the dark sky. Through it, a white light illuminated through, and someone was coming through. An abandoned soul, lost and forgotten, crying out to be found. I could sense their pain, like they'd lost something that they loved dearly. What's in there? I asked. Setting my scanners to identify it, Jenny said, as she fiddled about with the switches. As she did so, a soft hum spoke from the speakers of the ship. The display screen showed the results of the scan. Whatever it is, it's human, female, those vital signs prove it. Wait, there's more. They're sending a message, 2 words. I'm decrypting it now, she said, in a desperate rush to know what was going on, what the results would be. What does it say? I asked. Bad wolf, Jenny said coldly. I don't get it. What does it mean? I inquired. I think my dad would know, she replied simply. It doesn't matter now, we must close the breach. But if there's someone in there, they may need our help, I argued. There isn't time. If that thing gets any better, it could rip apart the whole universe. Not just this one, but all universes. They are in as much danger as we are if we don't seal the breach, Jenny responded anxiously to complete her mission. Fine, what do you need me to do? I asked, knowing deep down that maybe what we were doing may have some terrible consequences. Usually these breaches are caused by paradoxes, creating a rip or a tear in the space-time continuum, which leads into a parallel universe. What we need to do is to create a complicated space-time event and the temporal energy that is created by doing so should act as a sort of glue to seal the breach, Jenny explained. But I don't get it. Why do you need me for that? I said, as a tumultuous thud could be heard from outside. It wasn't a spaceship. But no, it was. It was a spaceship. The streak that once seemed blurred had come into view. It was familiar. I could recognise it, which was impossible, because it was my spaceship, which had joined with Jenny's, but it was right there in front of us. You see? You thought we'd travelled across space, but in fact, we've travelled across time, to the exact same spot where we first met. It's a trick I learned from my dad. You want to say hi to yourself, she suggested? But this didn't happen. I would remember. But it did happen, I said, as I found myself stretching out my blobby hand to wave at my past self, whose attention was immediately captured. Then, all of a sudden, the whole area around us they began to shudder and shake uncontrollably. The crack of light began to dim and then expand until suddenly it was merely a microscopic slither. I passed out, but I woke up again on the Adipose nursery ship. Was that it? Had it all been a dream? I looked at my hand. There was a note. It read, "You did good, kid. Hope to see you out there again in the starlight one day. Jenny." I took the memories of what happened, and I grew up yearning to go in search for her once more. To get a glimpse of the universes, its splendour, and just having that one little look was far from enough. Elsewhere, the slither remained. It had not been completely eradicated, simply shifted. Out of it came a shadow of a person believed to be distant. They were like a ghost, and seemed to be drifting in an existence into our world like a projection on air. She was silent. She could feel the presence of the doctor. Her own search would begin, for her name was Rose. She knew she had to find the doctor, because the end of everything, reality, the stars, the whole of the universe, and much greater deaths were coming. The stars were going out.